Good morning, Mandela. How are you?
Five.
Good. I see all of you all ready and nice. Okay, so your second day of Golden Sparrow. Fantastic. Today we have, a timetable for today. Let me quickly pull up your timetable. Where is the Mandela timetable? All right, we've got your Mandela timetable right on your screen. We have a lot of things to do today. We have Shruti ma'am who's already here for her science class. We have 3-4 minutes, so don't worry. I'm just talking to you so that others can join in. Then you have got business studies for Shabana ma'am, and then you have got maths, first class for maths. I'm so excited. Munib, are you excited for first maths class? Yeah, okay. I have to hear you out, so I said hello. Let me put hello on the chat. All right, now let me see if I can see all of you. Good. All right, so we've got some classes here. That's fine. Perfect, perfect. Good morning, Shruti ma'am. Hold on, I'll just unmute you. Yeah, there you are. Good morning, ma'am. Now.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, students.
There.
Leila.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good. I think it's only Farhana who's awake and had breakfast. Safia, Saqlain, Munib, did you have a breakfast? Amina? Okay. So
Amina is mute.
yeah, I think they're just joining in. So all right. Perfect, perfect. All right. So all of you be comfortable wherever you're sitting. Just get yourself comfortable. Munib, Abdullah, Farhana, Saqlain. Saqlain, can you speak up? Can you unmute and speak up? I want to see if your mic is okay now today. Say. What do you want to say? Say kacha papad, pakka papad, pacha papad.
Kacha papad, what is it?
Yeah, Saqlain, good. We can hear you now. Now your mic is okay. Muni, want to try that? Kacha papad one? Yeah, where are you? Where is Munib? Okay. Can you see Munib? Can you say something? I can't hear you, Munib. So these are the usual mic issues. Munib, speak up. See, just rearrange your mic before the class starts. Kacha papad, I can't hear you. Your papad is not pakka. Amina, say kacha papad, pakka papad quickly.
Kacha Paga Papad.
Amina, what did he say? Kacha papad?
Paga Papad.
Fast, 10 times.
Kacha Papad. I can't.
Okay, good. At least your mic is good. Where is Safia? She ran away. Safia, say kacha papad, pakka papad quickly. This is a mic testing.
Kacha Papad, Paga Papad. Kacha Papad, Paga Papad. Kacha Papad, Paga
Safia, this is too slow. Good. Okay. Can I have, where is Farhana? I lost Farhana. Abdullah Saqib. Come on, Abdullah. Say kacha papad, pakka papad. It's mic testing time.
Kacha papad, pakka papad.
Quick. 5 times.
Kacha papad, pakka papad. I don't know.
Arey, papad jal gaya. Good. Farhana, your turn. First girl out there. Kacha papad, pakka papad quickly.
Kacha Papad, Paga Papad. Kacha Papad, Paga Papad.
Hey, that is not a papad. You said something else. All right, good. Saqlain, everyone's mic is good. I think we have the M&Ms coming in. So hopefully they will join in soon. And we've got, okay, there's some issue with, okay, anyway, my mic doesn't matter. See, ma'am, you want to take your class, get started, or you have your mic?
Yeah, I can start.
Yeah, get started. Munib, you use the chat.
Doubt, sir, am I audible?
Now, perfect. You better now. He's good, right? Now you can hear him.
We start now.
Yeah, okay. Shruti ma'am, just one simple thing. If you do Alt M, I don't know tab. How does it work in Apple? Alt M. If you want to unmute everybody, just do Alt M, and everybody except you will be unmuted. Since I've already made you the host, it's absolutely okay. You are the co-host today, so perfectly okay. You can do the muting, unmuting, everything else, and we are good to go, ma'am. Floor is yours. I'm just setting up the theory class. Shruti ma'am, you can take ahead. The class is yours. We lost your voice. Don't worry. Who is there?
Just a moment, sir. Just a moment.
Perfect. Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Good. Take your time. It's absolutely okay. I'll help you. I'll be there until the time comes in. So who are the ones who are not there? Hey, Farhana, we saw a jinn behind you. Did you see?
My mother threw that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
just for the
jinn,
call, I got
there are
disturbed.
two jinn behind Abdullah also, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let us start with the class. Good morning, students. Last class we did digestive system and I saw all your videos. I think everyone has sent the video. Abdullah, Mudabbir, Muazzam, Munib, Safia, Humaira, Amina, Farhana, Saklain, and Ahmad. I'm not missing anybody's name, right? All of you have sent the video. Have you seen each other's video too? Have you seen, anyone has seen anybody else's video? Yes or no? So I assume that you have not seen others' video. Have you seen mine video that I sent you?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So that means digestive system is clear to everyone. Ahmad, you sent me my video only. So that means you didn't see which video I sent. Where is Ahmad? Just a moment, one moment, I'm getting disturbed. Okay, now there won't be any disturbance. Okay. Yeah. So did you see the digestive system? Everything is clear, all steps, all diagram, all the organs present in the digestive system. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to say that all of you have got notebooks, right? So make one science notebook, and what you have to do, you have to, first chapter is organ system, right? Human organs and organ system. So what you do, first section is digestive system. So you have to draw the digestive system, draw each and every, you know how to draw it. You can see it. If you don't have this picture, you can get it from the from Google. You can find out the diagram of digestive system, neat and clean diagram. Draw each and every part in your notebook and label it. How to label it? You know how to label it? Just draw a straight line using a scale. Don't draw a rough line like this. Draw a straight line using a scale and write it with capital letters. Suppose if I am labeling it liver, so what I will do, I will draw a straight line from liver and write L-I-V-E-R. So it should be in capital letters. Okay. So diagrams in biology should be neat and clean. Okay. You have marks for that also. So with sharpened pencil, draw each and every part clearly, label it, use a ruler, label it properly, and it should be beautiful. Then name the diagram what you have drawn. Human digestive system. Okay. And now since you have seen the video also, I have taken the class. So you have to write note about it. You can write what you have understood. You have to write in your own words. You can do that, right? So that is your assignment. In the next class, I'll ask whether you have completed it or not. So do it neatly and properly. Write a note. Everybody just write, note down so that you don't forget. This is your assignment for the next class. Draw the digestive system in your notebook, neat and clean, proper labeling, okay, with labeled and labeled parts. Each and every part should be labeled. You know the important parts are there, and the few organs which are not taking part, which are not involved in digestion but are helping in digestion. So you have to label those parts also, like liver. What are those organs? Liver and
Gallbladder.
yes, and pancreas, right? Even tongue also helps. So if you don't label tongue, that is also fine. But these three are the important parts: liver, pancreas, and gallbladder, because they store enzyme, they produce enzyme, and they transfer it to what do you say, small intestine, right? And the digestion takes place. Okay. So this thing you have to do. Now we'll start with the class. And now I'll share the screen. Okay, all of you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Last time we did digestive system. Today, anybody can guess which system we're going to study today? So who is not speaking, just mute yourself. Let the background noise.
Ahmed, you just mute yourself. Ahmed.
Because I'm not seeing the whole picture of all the students. So
Yeah, we got it. So they are aware now.
yeah.
Okay, for your, I'm just reading out some of the chats, ma'am, that some of them are speaking about. So Ahmed says skeleton, Sakleen said respiratory. Okay, this is already done. This is a conversation you had. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Now I can see the chat. Yeah.
That's nice.
Skeleton, respiratory. Okay. Anybody else?
Circulatory system.
Yes. Who said circulatory system?
I.
I is Amina.
Amina. Okay. Yes. We are going to do circulatory system. So good guess, huh? Okay. Let us start with circulatory system. So before that, we'll have a little warm-up activity as we always have. These are some jumbled words written over here. You just have to name it. What are these words? These are body organs only. So what are these? Which one is the first one?
Arm.
Yes, arm. Second one?
Arm.
First one
Bone.
is arm. Second
Second
one?
one. Bone.
Second is bone. Yes, Sakleen, bone. Next?
Third is lung.
Third is lungs. Yes, very good.
Heart.
Fourth is heart. Yes. Fifth one,
Kidney.
kidney. Correct.
Hair.
Hair.
Eye.
Eye.
Everybody try, na? All of you try.
Eye.
Eye.
Eye. Yes. Eighth one,
Blood.
Blood.
blood. Correct. Ninth. Yes. What is ninth?
Teeth.
Yeah,
Teeth.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Ninth is
Isabel.
teeth.
Good.
And tenth one is
Liver.
liver. Yes, correct. All correct. So these are the jumble words and these are the organs present in our body. Okay. So now let us come to our topic, which is circulatory system. Now, what is circulatory system? Before this, I just want to ask you one question. How will you come to know whether the person is living or dead? If the person is moving, you know. If the person is moving, doing something, you know that he's alive. But suppose a person is lying and he's showing no movement in his body, then how will you come to know that the person is alive or dead?
If he's breathing.
Is breathing. Okay. If suppose breathing is also not visible.
Then heart beating.
Excellent. Heartbeat.
You will listen heartbeat.
Yes. I'll listen to heartbeat. So how will you get to know whether the heart is beating or not? How do you?
By stethoscope.
By stethoscope. Okay. Doctors do like that. If suppose doctor is not there, then if no stethoscope is there, then how will you find out?
You can put a hand on the heart and see if it's beating.
Okay, hand on the heart is fine, but every time you don't get a heartbeat, right? So,
You check pulse. You check pulse.
correct. Excellent. You check pulse. So how do you check pulse? You know how to check pulse? You take first two fingers, put it under your jaw, or you can put it, you can see me now, this hand, and put it here. Just, all of you can see me?
Yes.
So under this thumb, you just put two fingers over here. Don't use your thumb because thumb has its own sensors. So either you put two fingers over here, gently put your fingers. You will, all of you can see, observe that. You will feel the pulse rate, right? Pulse rates, you can count the pulse rate over here. Also, you can keep it under your jaw also, 2 fingers under your jaw, you will feel the pulse rate. Just gently you have to keep and you will feel it. Okay. So this is the way how you measure the pulse rate, and you come to know whether the person is alive or dead. Understood? So this will be using it in our class. So just remember how to use the pulse rate. You can find it like this also, huh? You can see my hand like this also. Okay, so 2 fingers, these two fingers you have to use, first 2 fingers, and you can measure the pulse rate. Okay, can you feel, all of you can feel your pulse rate over here? Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you an activity towards the end of the class. So let us start with the class now. This is circulatory system. Now, what circulatory system means? Circulatory system means basically it is transport. I told you in the introduction also in the last class that circulatory system involves transport of oxygen, water, nutrients to all the body parts, all the cells of the body, and remove the waste away. Okay, so it takes out the waste away, and there are so many cells present in the body. Each cell require nutrients, and nutrients, where have you got the nutrients? Nutrients you have got from the digestion, from the digestive system. The nutrients have been, with the help of digestive system, nutrients have been absorbed in the blood, and this blood reaches to each and every cell of the human body, and they transport oxygen, they transport nutrients, water to each and every cell, because cell require these things for their proper functioning, right? If you are doing something to grow, to work, to remain alive, cell needs these things. So that is why these things are transported through blood. But blood is not throughout your whole body. Blood is only present in the blood vessels. There are tubes in which blood flow. It is not there throughout the body. Okay, we'll study it in detail in the next slides. So basically the function of circulatory system is transport of materials throughout the body, and also it maintains the body temperature. You can imagine, suppose a person has a manufacturing unit. Okay, he manufactures something. Suppose he manufactures electrical bulbs or something, and he has to supply throughout the country. So how will it supply? How will he do this? He will have to use a transport system. Suppose he is using a road transport system, so there will be trucks to supply to each and every corner of the city, and whatever he is manufacturing, he will be supplying through the transport system. And here in this case, the transport system is what? The trucks that he's using, the road transport he's using, and the roads are the blood vessels. So in our circulatory system, the roads are the blood vessels, and the trucks and the fuel in the truck is the blood in our circulatory system. Understood this? Understood the analogy how we do this? Okay, so the transport thing is carried out through in the circulatory system. Now, there are 2 types of circulatory system: closed circulatory system and open circulatory system. In very small insects, the body is very small. So in very small insects, what happens? There is no blood is there. Blood is not there. A hemolymph, this liquid is called as hemolymph. It is actually interstitial, you can see over here, interstitial fluid. So this is an insect. It has got interstitial fluid and a little bit of blood inside it. And what happens is all the cells are situated, and rest of the place you have this liquid, hemolymph. So whenever you squeeze an insect, like squish, a liquid comes out of it, right? So it doesn't mean that you should squeeze a live insect, but sometimes if suppose by accident you see the insect is squeezed, you will see a liquid coming out of it. Okay, so it is actually hemolymph. Okay, it is red in color, so it is usually hemolymph in small insect. And since it is a small insect, this type of circulatory system is okay in this case, right? But in higher organisms, Munir, you can mute. Okay. Okay, so this is closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system is present in higher organisms, bigger organisms, okay, because this thing is not possible in case of higher organisms. You cannot, because this whole liquid, so many organs are there, so many cells are there, trillions of cells are present in the body, human body, you can say. And so that is why here the arrangement is like this. Heart pumps the blood and it sends the blood to all the organs, all the cells through blood vessels. And from there, it goes again to, I'm making it a reverse arrow. Heart pumps the blood, comes out here to all the organs. Then from the organs, it goes back to heart. So this is a closed, you can see this is a closed circuit. So it is called as closed circulatory system. Understood? Now what happens here, also interstitial fluid is present, but in rest of the place interstitial fluid will be present, and wherever the transport is taking place, it will be taking place through the blood, which is present only in the blood vessel. Understood till here? What is the difference between open circulatory and closed circulatory? Open circulatory means no blood vessels are there, only interstitial fluid is there, which is hemolymph, and the cells are situated in the fluid only. Understood? And they take their energy, they take nutrition from the hemolymph only, because from hemolymph it is diffusing across all the cells. Understood now what is diffusing? Do you know what is diffuse? Diffuse means it is going on its own, like a gas diffuse. If you are burning a agarbatti, how this fumes diffuse? The smoke goes, na? So that is this is the same way this thing takes place in open, and you don't need to study in much detail. You should just know what happens in open and what happens in closed circulatory system, because ours is a closed circulatory system and we have to study about human circulatory system. So this is just a basic idea what happens in other insects. Okay, this is compare and contrast. You can see various organisms present over here. In fish, only one loop, you can see only one loop is there. In amphibian, in reptile and mammals and birds, you can see two loops are there. Okay, so I'll come to that. What does it mean? Why two loops are there and why one loop is there? You know that fish lives in water. So for water animals, they don't need much of a complex heart, because just their work is simple. In this, what happens in this type of circulation in fish, what happens, there is a heart. You can see over here, heart is there. Heart has got ventricle and atrium. So in heart, the blood comes from the organs through vein, it reaches heart, then through artery, it goes to gill. At this place, because this deoxygenated blood is coming from the organs. From the organs, the waste is also there in the blood. Okay, so the deoxygenated blood is coming from all the organs, reaching heart, and then from heart it reaches gill. At gill, exchange of gases takes place. You know, fishes has got gills. Have you seen gills in fish?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the gills present over here. So here exchange of gases takes place. Exchange means oxygen. They will take in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide from here. When carbon dioxide is removed, now this blood is oxygenated. This oxygenated blood goes to all parts of the body. So this happens in fish, and this is only single circulation, because only one loop is there and blood comes only once in the heart for one cycle. Understood this? Why this is called single circulation? Because blood comes only once in the heart. So that is why this is called as single circulation. Rest of the animals, you can see here, you have three chambered heart. Here in fish, you have two chambered heart. Two chamber means heart is divided into two sections. So you have two chambered heart in fish, whereas in amphibian, in reptiles, you have three chambered heart. You can see 1, 2, and 3 over here. Here also 1, 2, and 3. So what happens here? You can see two loops are present here. Two loops. Now, why two loops are present? What happens? The impure, not impure, you can say deoxygenated blood from all the organs, it reaches heart through this, okay, reaches heart. Then from heart, it goes to lungs, where the exchange of gases takes place. The exchange of gases takes place at lungs. That means carbon dioxide is removed and oxygen is taken in. And from lungs, now the blood gets oxygenated. The oxygenated blood comes back to heart. Heart now pumps the blood to other parts of the body. And this cycle goes on. This is one cycle. And in one cycle, what did you see? Blood is coming 2 times to the heart. One from the body, from all the organs of the body, and second time it is coming from the lungs. Understood this? So this is double circulation. But what is the problem over here? Since 3-chambered heart is there, the blood is getting mixed up over here. Can you see? First chamber, impure blood, the deoxygenated blood is coming over here. It goes through here, and when it is coming back in the same one. There is no division over here. Understood? So this oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood is getting mixed up. Understood? So here mixing, in these 2 steps, mixing is taking place. But these are land animals, so that is why in land animals the heart should be stronger. So they have 3-chambered heart. But in mammals and birds, they require more strong functioning of heart. So that is why in humans we have 4-chambered heart. Birds also have 4-chambered heart. Okay, so these are just the basic idea of what are the things, what are the organs present in the circulatory system of rest of the animal kingdom. But main focus is on humans. So we are going to study about human circulatory system. Okay, so these are the components of circulatory system, human circulatory system. The important part is heart, then blood, and then the third part is blood vessels. Okay, so heart, you know, heart pumps blood reaches to the organs, and from the organs it comes back to heart, goes to lungs, oxygenated and comes back to heart. This is the main steps taking place in the circulatory system. We'll study this in detail. So first, what are the components of circulatory system? Heart, blood, and blood vessels. Blood vessels, I told you, blood moves through the blood vessels. Now, blood vessels are also divided into arteries, veins, and capillaries. Now, arteries are the blood vessels which carry oxygenated blood away from the heart, because all the cells, they need oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood away from the body is done by arteries, except one artery. Okay, that I'll study, that we'll do in the next slide. And veins carry deoxygenated blood from rest of the body to the heart. Okay, except one vein. That exception also we'll do when we are doing heart. And then next is the capillaries. These are microscopic tubes which arteries and veins, they divide into microscopic tubes and they join together through capillaries. So these are arteries, veins, and capillaries. I'll show you the diagram in the next slide. Before that, these blood vessels, you know, there are trillions of cells present in the body, and blood acts as a messenger. I told you blood is a messenger which is transporting what? What 3 things it is transporting? Yes, unmute yourself and tell me what 3 things blood is transporting to all the cells.
Water, nutrients, and oxygen.
Correct. Water, nutrients, and oxygen, it is transporting to each cell. And what it is taking away from the cell? Some waste. Yes, Safia, I cannot hear. It is
The deoxygenated blood.
deoxygenated blood. That means the carbon dioxide is present in the blood, right? So it is taking away carbon dioxide from all the cells, because carbon dioxide is not required by our body. We are producing it, right, in our body. So we have to remove. It is waste for our body. So it is removing carbon dioxide, and it is transporting what? Oxygen, water,
And
nutrients to each and every cell of the body. That means how many stoppages it has to make. There are trillions of cells in the body, so trillions of stoppage, right? Suppose a courier man comes to your house. He's not carrying package only for your house. He has to carry for various person in your locality, even neighboring locality. So same way here, blood is doing that same work. The courier person work. What it is doing? It is carrying the three important things which are required for our body, which are water, nutrients, and oxygen to each and every cell. Okay. So it is a messenger. Now for this, blood is moving in blood vessels. Okay. So if you join, so you can assume, you can think that so many cells are there. So how long blood vessels will be there? If you join each and every blood vessel line by line, end to end, you know what, how long it will be? It will cover our earth 3 times. So that much long blood vessels are present in our body. If you join each and every blood vessel line by line, it covers your earth, our earth, 3 times in diameter. You can see the picture I have put over here. This way, it will cover our earth 3 times. Understood? So that many blood vessels are present. So you can understand how many cells are there in our body. Okay. So this is the basic components of circulatory system. Now, closed circulatory system, I already told you 3 types of blood vessels are there: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Artery carry blood away from the heart, veins return blood to the heart. So vein usually have deoxygenated blood. Arteries carry oxygenated blood except one. Okay. Veins also carry blood to the heart, that is deoxygenated blood, except one vein, and that we'll name it in the next slide. And then there are capillaries. These are capillaries present over here. Can you see the capillaries? I'm showing it over here. These are capillaries present over here. Everybody can see? Just give me a thumbs up. Yes, okay. So these are the capillaries, the thin tubes. These are the veins. You can see over here. These are blue color veins are there, red color. This thing, arteries are there, and they break down into microscopic tubules. These are basically tissues. Okay. So these are called as capillaries. So basically veins and arteries join at capillaries. Okay. Capillaries means thin tube. In physics also you will have this term. Capillary means very thin tube. Okay. The diameter is very small, of the order of millimeters, micromillimeters. So this one is so this is basic structure of the blood vessels, how they carry blood. You can see the arrow over here. Veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart, and from heart, this arteries carry oxygenated blood to the body. Okay. And they are joined together through the capillaries. Understood this thing? Okay, now in the picture, mostly all the pictures, whenever you see of circulatory system, you see that veins are shown as blue color, and this one is shown as arteries, shown as red color. So what does it mean? Do you, what does it mean? Is the color of blood blue?
No,
No.
it shows that the red ones are arteries and the blue are veins.
Correct. Also, but sometimes when you see your wrist, can you see your veins over here? Can you see? Just observe your wrist. Blue color lines, can you see? The nerves are there.
Yes.
Yes.
So sometimes people say these are veins and it is blue in color because blue blood is not there. Blood is always red. Okay, blood is always red. It is only that veins are present just nearer to the skin, so you are able to feel the vein, but it is in the light, it appears blue, but it is not. The blood is never blue. Okay, blood will always be red. Only thing is there will be difference in the color of blood through vein and blood through artery, but both the colors will be red. The artery blood, the oxygenated blood will be bright red, and the deoxygenated blood will be darker. Understood? Because it has carbon dioxide, lesser oxygen, and oxygenated blood will be bright color red. Understood? So that is the difference between veins and artery. Okay, now this is the very important topic, heart. Just observe the picture of heart. I'll explain you what is heart, what are the labeling. You can see the labels over here. This is the thing I was telling you. They have written in small letters, but always label in capitals. It makes your diagram beautiful. Okay, so and the handwriting is also clear. So that is why always label the diagram in capital letters. So it is, and use straight lines to label. Understood? Here so many labeling is there, so they have done it like this. So always use straight line using ruler to label, and clarify the part. The part should be clear which part you are labeling. Okay, so let us start with heart. You can see this picture of heart. Heart has got 4 chambers. This is human heart I'm talking about, because we are doing only human circulatory system. So human heart has got 4 chambers. First one is this, 2 atrium and 2 ventricles. Okay, so this, what you have to do, you have to imagine yourself in the heart. Okay, so when you are inside the heart, what do you see? This side is your right side. This is your right side. So this will be your right atrium. This will be your left atrium. This is your right ventricle, and this is your left ventricle. Understood the 4 parts? So that is why these are the 4 chambers of heart. And these are the 4 chambers, and these are separated by valves. Here one valve is there. Valve means it is like a gate. Gate means when this opens, when there is a gate over here, it opens, blood will flow into this, and then it goes here. Then when it comes out again, there is a valve over here, it opens, blood will come out. But these valves are unidirectional, means only one time the blood will flow in, it will not flow out. It will not flow back, sorry. The blood will flow out of this valve and the blood will not flow back. So that is why these valves are there. There is a unidirectional flow of blood through the valves. There is no back flow through the valves. Okay, so these are the parts you can see. Aorta is there. These are the arteries which go to other parts of the body, upper body, and this goes to, this aorta goes to the lower part of the body. Heart is exactly symmetric on left hand, right hand side. Here it is pulmonary artery. You can see it is blue in color. And I told you, except one artery, all the arteries carry oxygenated blood. So this is the artery which carry deoxygenated blood. How does it carry? That we'll study now. So this is pulmonary artery which carry deoxygenated blood. Then there is pulmonary vein which carry oxygenated blood. So only these 2 exceptions are there. Otherwise, mostly arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, and mostly veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. Okay, so this heart is divided into 4 chambered heart. Heart is 4 chambered. So you have 4 sections in the heart present over here. This side is right. Just notice it. In your picture, it appears to be on the left hand side, but it is our right atrium. This is right ventricle. This is left atrium, and this is left ventricle. Okay, this left hand side and right hand side, they are separated by a muscle called as septum. You can see over here, this is septum. So this is separated by septum, and there are valves present which separate the right atrium and right ventricle, and there is a valve present over here also, blue color you can see over here, which separates left atrium and left ventricle. This is called as bicuspid valve, and here the valve is called as tricuspid valve. You can see over here, this is tricuspid valve. Okay, now what happens? Throughout the body, will start from right side. Okay, so throughout the body, the blood vessels are carrying deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood from all over the body comes from here, inferior vena cava, it is written over here. So from lower body, it is coming from this side, from upper body, superior vena cava, it comes from here. So the deoxygenated blood from all over the body comes to this right atrium. So as it reaches right atrium, this is deoxygenated blood. This valve opens and allows this deoxygenated blood to move to right ventricle. Now, as this deoxygenated blood moves to right ventricle, this valve closes because there should not be any backflow of the blood. This deoxygenated blood from right ventricle will go to pulmonary artery. Okay, you can see over here, it will go to pulmonary artery. From pulmonary artery, it will go to lungs. At lungs, what happens? There is exchange of gases taking place, and the oxygenated blood from there, means the deoxygenated blood removes carbon dioxide, get oxygenated at lungs, and comes back to here. From left lung, it will come here. From right lung, it will come here. So you can see that it will come, the oxygenated blood from the lungs will come back to, through pulmonary veins, to left atrium. Understood? Here, this side to left atrium. Now again, this bicuspid valves open. This oxygenated blood moves to left atrium, left ventricle. From left ventricle, it is pumped to all over the body, and you can see through aorta, it goes to all over the body parts. So this is the basic process which is taking place in heart. I will explain you once again because it is, yeah, yes, anything, any doubt is there?
Yes, Aziz?
Yes, do you want to ask anything? I will repeat this because it is little complicated, and then we have to attach it with lungs also and study. So we have to continue this topic in the next class also. So that is why I'm just going slow, because it is a little complicated also. So you can ask question wherever any doubt is there. You can just stop and ask the question. Okay.
I didn't understand.
Okay, I'll explain it once again. And the next class also I'll do it. I'll do it again. Okay. So this what happens, this is the heart structure. Heart structure is clear, or should I start from the structure of heart?
The heart structure is clear.
Heart structure is clear. Four
Yes.
chambered heart is there.
Yes.
This is the right atrium. This is right ventricle. This is left atrium. This is left ventricle. Okay, four parts are there. And these four parts, you have first and second, means right atrium and right ventricle. There is a valve. You can assume a gate is there. Okay. And then left atrium, left atrium and left ventricle, you have a gate is present over here. Okay, understood? So what happens, first step, you have to start from the right side of heart. At right side, the impure or the deoxygenated blood is coming. Now where is deoxygenated blood? Deoxygenated blood is coming from all parts of the body. Okay, because due to the functioning of the body, you have this deoxygenated blood present all over the cells. Now from all over the body, this deoxygenated blood from here, this you can see this part, inferior vena cava. Okay, and this is superior vena cava. Since heart is situated at the middle, so upper organs are also there. So upper organs say the blood will come from superior vena cava, and from the lower organs, the blood will come from inferior vena cava. And this blood is deoxygenated blood. The blue color shows that it is deoxygenated. Now, when it comes, it will enter right atrium. This one is the right atrium. So it will enter right atrium first. As it enters right atrium, this valve will, because of the pressure difference, this valve, yeah, what valve is present over here? Here it is tricuspid valve. Valve means gate. It opens and this blood flows to the right atrium. Okay. As it enters right atrium, it will now move to, you can see the backward path. It will move through this pulmonary artery. And now observe, it is artery, but it is carrying deoxygenated blood. Okay. So this is the exception. Now, as it carries deoxygenated blood, where will it go? The purification thing takes place at lungs, right? At lungs, this exchange of gas will take place. So lungs is not shown over here. I'll show it in the next diagram. This goes to lungs. At lungs, carbon dioxide is removed. Oxygen is taken in by the blood. And from lungs, it will come back through pulmonary veins. Now, because two sides symmetric is there, so both the side it will come. Lungs is also two sides symmetric, right? Left and right. So from left lung, it will come through this pulmonary vein and from right lung it will come through this pulmonary vein. Okay, so this is what pure blood, oxygenated blood is coming from lungs, and it will now come to what, which part is it? Left atrium, right? This is left atrium, so it will enter. So left side is pure blood and right side is deoxygenated blood, right? So it enters left atrium. From left atrium again this bicuspid valves open and it moves to right atrium. Now from atrium it will be pumped to all parts of the body because oxygenated blood has to reach all the cells. So it reaches to all parts of the body through this aorta and then arteries. After this arteries are there, so arteries will take it to all parts of the body and here to the upper part of the body. So this is basically happening in heart. And now what happens, heart is doing a lot of work because this ventricle part, you just see ventricle part, they are pumping blood. This right ventricle is left ventricle is pumping blood to all parts of the body, and left ventricle is pumping blood to all parts of the body, and right ventricle is pumping blood to the lungs. So that is why especially the ventricle parts are made very strong because they have to send blood to other parts. Understood this? So that is why they are thick and muscular, although full heart is muscular only. Okay, since we are getting towards the end of the class, so what I'll do, we'll just do a revision in the next class, and I'll have another, we'll start from heart in the next class. Till that time, you just revise and see what you have not understood, note down the doubts also, so that we can discuss it in the next class. This cardiac cycle, I'll do it in the next class, okay? So just I have some questions for you so that we have some small revision, what we did just now. Just go through the question. The transport of material in living things is called what?
Cell.
What? The top.
Blood cells.
No, transport of material.
Circulatory.
It is circulation, right? Circulation is basically the process in which we are transporting the materials. Okay. This is circulation. Next one, in humans, circulation is carried out by the liquid called
Blood.
correct. So it is blood. Blood is pumped by the
Heart.
Heart.
pumped by the heart. Blood brings to cells things like dash and dash.
Nutrients.
And
Oxygen.
Water.
yes, three things are there. So oxygen and water. Okay. Blood picks up dash from the cell. What it is taking out from the cell?
Deoxygenated.
Deoxygenated.
No oxygen. It is giving oxygen. It is not taking. It is taking carbon dioxide from the cells, no? Because that is the waste thing. It is giving them the useful things and taking out the waste from the cells. Understood? So be clear in that. Any tube that carries blood is called
Artery.
together. Veins also carry blood, capillaries also carry blood. So all of them together are called as
Blood vessels.
Yes.
Blood vessels.
The three kinds of blood vessels are,
Arteries, vein, and capillaries.
yes, very good. Blood is carried away from the heart by dash to the lungs.
By arteries.
Pulmonary artery.
Pulmonary, yes, pulmonary
Artery.
artery. Yes, very good. Pulmonary artery, because it is carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs, right? So it is pulmonary artery. Blood is carried back to the heart by
Veins.
pulmonary vein,
Vein.
because blood is oxygenated blood is being carried back to the heart. Okay, so it is pulmonary vein. From lungs we are talking. Arteries and veins are connected by tiny blood vessels.
Capillaries.
Yes, correct. So these were the questions. Now one more thing I want you to do. I told you how to measure these are the pictures you can see, that how can you measure, how can you see the pulse rate, right? So all of you know now how to take the pulse rate, right? Using your under your jaw thing, 2 fingers only, the first 2 fingers, don't use thumb. and this way also. Keep 2 fingers just below your thumb under on the wrist, and you can find out the pulse rate. Now for flipped classroom, what you have to do, for flipped classroom, now see I have highlighted. You know how to measure the pulse rate now. Pulse rate is how many times heart is beating in a minute. Okay, so for 1 minute you have to count the number of beats, putting your finger on the wrist or under your jaw. So what 3 steps you have to do? First, you just stand still and take your heart rate, write down the number of beats per minute. If 1 minute is getting difficult, you just measure for 30 seconds and multiply it with 2. So you'll get it for 1 minute, correct? Understood this? So first step, standing still, take the count, run in a place for 1 minute. In a place, you just jog for 1 minute continuously, and then take your reading again, the heart, the pulse rate. Okay. Third thing, lay down. After some time, you just lay down, take rest for 1 minute, and then again you measure this pulse rate. Then the last one is walk around your house for 1 minute and then take your pulse rate for 1 minute. So this is the activity. All of you can do this. On Monday, when we'll be meeting for the class, then I'll ask you the results and what are the results, how the things are changing, what are the beats. Okay. So what I'll repeat it again. First, you take standing still, take the reading. For 1 minute, you have to take the reading. For 1 minute, how many times the pulse beat is there? Okay. Then run in a place for 1 minute. Always measure the time. All the time should be equal. For 1 minute, you run at a place and then take the reading. Then stand still for 1 minute, then take a reading. You can note down what are the points that you are going to measure, and then walk around your house for 1 minute and then take a reading. So is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
So I think I'll, so this is all for today's class. We'll continue with this same topic in the next class. So till that time, just see what are the doubts you have in this topic. We have not yet completed this topic. Okay. So we have to continue with this topic. So we'll have a little bit revision. Whatever you have not understood, we'll go back, revise, and then we'll continue with this topic. This is a very long topic,
Right.
so we cannot complete it in a single class. Okay, till that time you do this activity, complete it. Fine.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Ruti ma'am. I think we'll close the class, take a break for 10 minutes. You are
Okay.
back at 11 for your business studies class. Everybody go out, get up, bring some water. I'm ending the class right now. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
children. Bye.